Tamron Hall's second annual Mother's Day Extravaganza kicks off now.
Yes! Welcome! That's right! Look at all of these beautiful women. Hello! And moms from all over the country. They are all winners of our Mother's Day sweepstakes. LA, Chicago, Philadelphia, Houston, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, Miami, Raleigh, Fresno, Toms River, Chattanooga. Welcome! Welcome! Okay, so this is one of my favorite shows of the year, the Tam Fam annual Mother's Day celebration. 4 years into this motherhood journey with Moses, and I am thankful every day that I have him in my life. And I'm so thankful for my own mom, of course, and all the women who helped raise me, my Aunt Katie, Annie, my Aunt Donna. And this show is all about the nurturers, like those here with me now, and you at home. I always say you might not be a mom. I wasn't one for 48 years on this journey, but someone was a mom to you in your life, that nurturer who rooted for you, who had your back. So let's give them their flowers, and we mean some beautiful ones. I want to shout out to the great people who worked on this set, Kelsey Olivia and her creative team at East Olivia. So, the stage is set. I've got great company in the room. We have you. So let's start showing the love right now with some of my personal favorite moms. Take a look.
I have the whole world, and I'm underneath a microscope all the time. And you don't hear what good you do.
It was in this moment we all felt we saw the true heart of Coco Austin. The tears flowed down her face after her legendary husband, actor Ice-T, sent this message.
You are the most incredible person I ever met, the nicest person I ever met, and the best mother to Chanel that anyone could possibly imagine.
Coco spoke up not just for herself, but for moms everywhere judged for doing the best job they can. Coco's real and raw interview was a reminder that the job of being a mother is not easy, but it's easy for others to judge. Eva Amurri grew up with a superstar mom, Oscar-winning actress Susan Sarandon, but it was her own parenting blog that gave her a chance to shine. Eva created the blog Happily Eva After, and it's led to her building a community for other mothers determined to support each other on this remarkable journey.
It's been so invigorating to sort of have a new passion and have something that's taken all of my interest, and I love it.
With their successful podcast, Good Moms, Bad Choices, two outspoken single moms, Erica Dickerson and Jamilah Mapp, are on a mission to show women they can still be good moms, even if they don't fit what they call the, quote, toxic perfect mom stereotype. Their eye-opening new book called A Good Mom's Guide to Making Bad Choices is part memoir and part how-to advice for how to embrace self-love. Dena Blizzard is one of the Tam Fam's favorite funny moms. She calls herself one funny mother. And from her stand-up to her podcast and even the off-Broadway stage, Dena has kept audiences in stitches for over 20 years, poking fun at the hilarious moments that come along with being a mom.
Now it's 6 o'clock in the morning and my daughter's told me she wants to stay home today for Bring Your Daughter to Work Day.
Why does it smell like dog in here? This is how you put ice cream away?
This looks about right.
Stand back, please welcome Eva, Jamilah, Erica, Coco, and Dena to the Tam Fam. Happy Mother's Day, ladies. Happy Mother's Day. Here's this quote that I read. This is from one of my favorites, Gilda Radner, the SNL star, the comedian. She said, "Motherhood is the biggest gamble in the world. It is the glorious life force. It's huge and scary. It's an act of infinite optimism." Dena, you find the humor in motherhood. You take us on this journey, the infinite optimism and joy of being mom.
Yeah, so I feel like that optimism you go into, and when they're younger, you have so many great plans. You're like, this is going to be great. But I feel like that optimism changes, right? So when they were younger and my daughter was having difficulty with school, and I was like, we can do it. We're going to get it together. We're going to, figure this out. And then she's rolling around on the floor, and then eventually I'm rolling around on the floor, and I'm like, I don't know that it's so optimistic, but I love you, and you'll be great. And then when they get older, my kids are older now.
Yeah, you have, of our crew here, your children are the oldest. You have Dean, who's 23, Jacqueline, 21, Brooke is 18.
Yes. So
you
I'm
got the
old
big
mom.
kid.
I am. And I was going to say, I feel like, thank you, I'll take it. But I feel like the optimism changes because now they're older, and every time they just start mouthing off, I'm like, you should pack your stuff and leave. Like, I'm done.
Erica, you have Irie, who's 8 years old.
I do.
And Jamilah, you have Luna, age 8. But the joy of having an 8-year-old right now in the home, how do you explain that?
It's amazing. And I want to just piggyback off of what you said, the infinite optimism. I really thought you were going to say infinite sacrifice. And I'm so glad that you didn't, because I think as mothers, that is the narrative for mothers, is that we have to sacrifice everything, all these parts of ourselves. But for me, as a mom, I'm of an 8-year-old, and I always say, like, I only know as much as I'm an 8-year-old mother.
Yeah.
All I know is being an 8-year-old mother. It's been amazing. She has challenged me in so many ways. She has allowed me to step into my power as a woman.
Oh.
And she tells it like it is.
I wanted to start this show as a celebration because so often, especially on talk shows, the narrative is how hard it is and all of the negatives, and those things are real. I don't want to discredit. But this is a celebration of this choice that we made.
Right.
How does it feel for you? How do you describe the joy of motherhood?
I mean, honestly, children are always so joyful, right? It's
Not mine. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie on this show today.
But they haven't been exposed to like adulthood.
Yeah.
There's not bills, there's not stress. And for me, having Luna is like a reminder every day is like, whatever you're going through is really not that bad. And she's smiling and she's cartwheeling. And I'm like, you know what? Forget what I was thinking about. Forget about dinner. Let's cartwheel.
I love it. Eva, with you, like all of the moms here, like the moms in our audience, you found this way to also be a modern mom, right? Because everyone's got advice on how to do it and the joys of it. You got engaged recently, and as a modern mom, you kind of included them as a part of that joyful moment.
I did. It's been such an interesting journey the last, I would say, 3 or 4 years. If you follow me or you read my blog, I actually got divorced while I was pregnant with my 3rd child. And I was saying to these amazing women in the green room earlier, it was actually such a gift because it enabled their father and I to really start fresh when he was born and to put our energy and our focus into this amazing, beautiful soul. And it actually helped us get on the same page, forgive, move forward. And it's been such a beautiful experience to now grow that to my relationship with my new fiance and my new happily ever after. But it's really exciting. And, I just really truly believe that kids are happiest when their parents are happy.
Yeah.
And I think my story has, at least within our own family, I can only speak for myself, but it's really proven to be true.
What is this saying? When mama's happy, everybody's happy. Yeah. Can I hear an amen out there in our audience?
Happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife, happy life when mama's happy. So Coco, 7 years into the journey, how do you describe the joy of motherhood?
Well, it was really like I didn't really want children. I was one of those people out there that I wanted a career more than a child, and I had a conversation with myself at 35 saying, okay, if it's meant to be, God, if it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. And it happened within 2 months after getting off of 17 years of the pill, by the way. So she was meant to be. So I feel like it's an honor to have her in my life and not to screw it up. So like I feel like I can't hurt God, and he's like, here, I gave you a gift, I gave you a blessing, so let me see what you can do with it. And I really want to be the best I can be, since I was that mother that didn't want to. I want to actually be I want to be the extreme mom.
Right. So you have the guide that you said, Good Mom's Guide to Making Bad Choices.
Yes.
Help me understand the concept and the bad choices we all need to be making, clearly to make us feel good.
I mean, honestly, a bad choice is relative, right? And I think we came up with the name and the book and the podcast because we're human, and so we're all going to make bad choices. And
That's true.
It's inevitable. Yeah. And sometimes what other people think is a bad choice may actually be a good choice.
What is a bad choice, really?
We have prioritized, ourselves in ways in our lives, and I think for some people that's unacceptable. And they think once you have a child, you have to live, die, eat, sleep this baby. And a lot of women, a lot of moms lose themselves in that process.
Eva, I saw when you were on talking about your journey and having the baby, one of the babies, you said It changed my life because it was a molecule splicing, sea parting tornado, blowing hands down the absolute hardest, most intense, most surreal, and most challenging thing I've ever done in my life. You had home births.
I did.
Right? And
I had 3 home births.
3 home births by the number, like 1.3% of all births are at home. We've been doing a lot of conversation with doulas. So you just put it all out there for everybody to see and understand.
It was an amazing experience for me. Again, I'm so lucky. I had very straightforward pregnancies, so that was a choice for me to make. But I loved it. But again, it was, and I think I loved that I was able to have that birth experience at a time when I think I really needed to prove to myself like what I was made of, you know? And I think I came out of the experience all 3 times like with so much more self-esteem and self-confidence, just knowing I decided to do this thing. It was really hard. I did it.
When the child is moving from here to here, what was the first thing you thought? When they said, it's coming. Coco, when it was go time.
I was ready. I was ready. I had ice right next to me. I had an epidural. I didn't feel no pain at all. I was sitting there.
What were you thinking,
but
though?
the thing is, I was like wanting to see her. I'm like, can I get? I want to see what's going on down there. I don't feel any pain. Let's go. Come on. And she just came busting out. I was like,
and there she was.
Thank God she was small. She was like 4 pounds. Thank God.
Dana,
God was on my shoulders.
Completely different. Completely different. Like, you were trying to look. I remember them saying, do you want to look? I was like, no. What are you talking about? I don't want to look.
They were like, do you want a mirror? I was like, why would I even want a mirror to see that?
Nobody
but
should
in
see
the
that.
action, I was like,
still no.
What is going on down there? I
Nothing.
can't
Dina, what did you think?
I wanted a sandwich. I was like, I'm hungry. I'm doing a lot of work. But I feel like the first time you have a baby, you have like a Lion King moment where like it comes out like, oh!